Hey guys, what's up? Eric here, and we're back with another video. This time, we're doing something a little different. A little bit different. Today, we're gonna talk about how I kind of did this behind me. But I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it. Here is our Levitation Photography tutorial. Excuse me. So we're gonna go over from start to finish how I shot, and we're gonna go edit in real time our photo shoot with our friend Zelfie. Links down below in the comments, and I'll put it somewhere on the screen. Her Instagram tag. She's been showing a lot of the photos from our shoot together, which has been really awesome. But yeah, today we're gonna just talk about photography. Surprising. And how I managed to capture something where my model is floating in air. So I'm gonna do some cool tricks today. So a few things that you need. You're gonna need camera, tripod, Photoshop. Some things to make it easier. Something like Wacom tablet here, which will allow you to use a pencil and erase the things. Good news, Photoshop is now available on the iPad Pro. Sad news is it does not support raw photos, which sucks because I want to be able to mask and outline and show you the tricks on my raw photos in Photoshop on my iPad. Sadly, that's still not a feature yet. Maybe an update will allow us to edit raws in Photoshop. So today we're going to be on the PC. I'm going to show you my screen, kind of what we're going through. But to start, let's kind of describe how we take these photos. So basically, I have my model stand on something like a ladder, some sort of object to make them above the ground. And what I do in Photoshop is I go in and I erase whatever they're standing on to make it look like they're floating. So there are a few ways to do this. This involves taking multiple photos. The first being your background shot. I always recommend shooting your background shot first. This way you can kind of get an exposure for your environment. And then once you have your background set, don't touch anything on the camera. You have it set up on a tripod. You got your background all set, and then you put your prop that you want your model to stand on, or if it's already in the scene, and you have your model kind of pose from there. And it's easier if you have some sort of remote shutter, connect your phone to your camera, something remotely to allow you to not touch the shutter button. Because what'll happen a lot of times, what happened in this photo shoot with Zelfie is I hit the shutter button on the camera and your angle gets off just a hair. Photoshop accommodates for that now, which is awesome. It makes this super easy. But to make your life easier during shooting, always try and do stuff on set. So the easiest way to do it is once you have your background set, don't touch the camera, leave the settings, don't move the focus. You want to lock in your focus beforehand. So I try and shoot everything pretty sharp in these images so nothing's out of focus. But yeah, so your second shot, you have your model, pose, take a few, and then you're kind of done on set. You have your model standing on something, you have your background shot. What you do next is you come into Photoshop and you set up layers. You put your background shot on the bottom layer, and then you put your model shot on the top layer, and you align the two images so the backgrounds are perfectly aligned. From there, you just mask out, and I'll show you how to mask. You mask out your object that you want to be disappeared to make it look like your model's floating, which is where your Wacom tablet comes in handy. It allows you to kind of paint and use pencil strokes. You can definitely use your mouse, but it's a little more difficult unless you have good mouse skills, which some people do. I know some people with actually trackpad skills that rival. Yeah, draw with a trackpad. Or a trackball, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna throw in probably some video of us taking shots of the levitation here right now, so you can kind of just see what we went through on that day. And then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna show you my screen, and we're gonna edit. Okay. Fancy transition time, let's go.
Do you want me to explain to her what we're gonna do?
What?
Do you want me to explain to her what we're gonna do?
Yes,
okay.
you can explain to her in the vlog.
The vlog?
Yes.
Okay. So, what we're gonna do is you're gonna go up on the ladder, and with the magic of editing, we're gonna edit the ladder out so it's gonna look like you're flying.
Cool.
Or you're landing, or however, whatever poses
magic.
we wanna do on the ladder.
Okay.
Easier if you shoot your background first and then throw your subject in. Okay. I've got 2 shots. No, okay. What we'll do first, I have to do safe. There we go. Lock down. And just go 1 step. And just kind of sit down. Alright. Shots? Whatever you're comfortable with.
Okay, sorry.
If you need to hold on to feel comfortable, it's okay. But yeah, we're just gonna pretend like we're flying in there.
Oh, okay. An airplane.
Yeah. So here we are, friends. We are in Photoshop, and now we're going to edit this image. Right now you can see I have my 2 layers. And you can see they're not aligned. I've got my background. The clouds moved. You can see they're just slightly not aligned. I've got my model, got my background. Nothing fancy here. It was totally trash day. Thinking about it now, I should have picked a better background for this. But this is more of something to set up like a tutorial like this. So not my best composition, not my best work, but it's great for what we're trying to show here. So let's go to the first thing that we need to do. We're going to go into Photoshop, select both layers. We've got both layers selected. Hold up. Okay. So I didn't have my first layer set as a smart object because I just imported the raw rather than importing it from Lightroom. Maybe I'll cut that, maybe I won't. Rasterize your images so they're editable in Photoshop. Okay, so we're going to select both layers now. We're going to go into edit. We're going to do auto align layers. And we're just going to pick auto because Photoshop makes this easy. Okay, now you can see at the very top of my image there's some transparency. And that's just because my images weren't aligned perfectly, but now you can see if I turn her off on the layer, bam. Okay, so now we're gonna go into Photoshop and we're gonna make some magic happen. So we're gonna zoom in, and first we need to create a layer mask by clicking on this button down here. Bam. And we need to make sure that our paintbrush is set to black, so anything I paint to black in here, it disappears. Awesome. That's the trick to this. And now all we do is we go in and we paint out this ladder. So we're gonna come in here and we're gonna be really careful, and we're gonna start painting. Easier to take out the bulk items first and just leave little bits that you're going to come and fine tune later. We might speed this up. You'll notice I'm going to try and leave her shadow in there. We're going to try and erase the shadow of the ladder, but her shadow at this point is important because type of shot that we did, we want that to be invisible. Okay. And I'm not going in yet because I'm going to make my brush smaller when we come in and kind of fine tune some of this. Right now I don't really have a feather set on my brush, which I should. Well, on my brush I have the feather set. On my layer mask I don't have a feather. Now there definitely are other ways to do this. I could mask out with a selection tool. I like using the brush tool, but you definitely could use the selection tool and mask all this out. The important thing is, rather than actually using the eraser tool, the mask is better because it's a non-destructive tool. So if I actually need to pull anything back, I can easily do that just by painting white on the screen. So if I wanted the ladder back, come in and paint white. So that's the benefit of using a layer mask rather than using the eraser tool when dealing with multiple layers like this. Also, when doing this, make sure your model safety is your top priority. Please don't do anything stupid and hurt your model, because when dealing with objects, putting your model on a ladder stuff, there is danger involved. So please always take safety precautions when doing stuff like this. It's no fun to hurt anybody. And I think that's it for the background. Now we're just going to come in and kind of do the same thing to her shadow. And then we're going to play around with that a little bit, because the shadow is pretty important in this part. So basically we just want to make it look like there's still a shadow there, so this looks like a natural photo where she's really flying. There we have it. That is that easy. We now have our flying Zelfie. So what I'm going to do here is actually take this into Lightroom now, color correct this image, crop it up a little bit so the transparency is gone. But yeah, now you made your friends float. So I'll go ahead and show final image on the screen here of what we captured. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. There's more like it to come. With my nightly chat series, I'm actually going to start teaching photography, and hopefully you get a little more insight as to some of the knowledge to really understand your settings, because I don't think enough people understand the settings on their cameras. So what we're going to do next is a series basically going over the different modes on your camera to teach you aperture, ISO, and shutter speed, which are kind of the three fundamentals of photography and getting good images. If you can really understand those, you can take your photography to the next level and really capture what's in your mind. So our next nightly chats are going to kind of go over aperture, ISO, and shutter speed using the modes on your camera to make it easy. And then we're going to end it off with a video my buddy Kyle requested, where we're going to go into our bulb mode and do some kind of light painting tutorials, showing you how to photograph in camera without any sort of editing, make people look invisible, because that's a lot of fun. But yeah, excuse me, thanks for watching this video. Yeah, we'll throw in Shiny's Shiny's help for ending this video. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. All right, bye guys.
Yo, smash that like button.
Smash that like button.
Smash that bell button if you want to get notification when a man makes a new video. Smash that subscribe button so he knows that you love him.
And leave a comment.
And leave a comment. Be nice. No jerk stuff. No funny business. Only nice. Real nice comments.